something interesting happened on this episode. I just want to share it. You wouldn't know if I didn't say anything, but I want to share it. So what you're about to hear after I'm done talking right now is me waking up this morning and recording the show right out of bed, or I guess on my way to work. Then what happened was I was recording throughout the day. I did it on first break and then lunch. I just was recording throughout the day. Then as I'm leaving the gym around 4 o'clock, I start recording more. And when I went to save it, it kind of saved twice. And I thought that was interesting. But I looked down, it was saved. I had 41 minutes on there, whatever. Because I had about 19 minutes of recording and then 22 minutes on my way home, whatever. So I get home and I'm still recording, or I had 40 minutes actually on that. So I think it was total actually 41, I don't know. So I'm recording the podcast downstairs. I have this phone call with Mina, which is my new mentor, shadow coach, whatever. And I recorded the full phone call. That's safe, secure, intact. I got it. I missed about the first 5 minutes because I looked down while I was recording off the previous voice memo, because I use voice memos to record all these. And I noticed that the time was not 40 minutes. It was 19 minutes, meaning I was recording over what I was just talking about. Or it didn't save. Matter of fact, the more I think about it, it didn't save. So I was frantically trying to figure that out while we're on the Zoom call. Try not to be rude, trying to give him my attention. And so I just stopped it completely, started a new recording, and that was about 5 minutes into the call, because what you will hear, and this is whenever this ends, me talking now, and you'll hear me in my car, whenever this ends, 20 minutes, fast forward if you want, it goes to the call. So again, whatever this is, then fast forward 20 minutes. Now I can actually confirm if it's 20 minutes or not. So fast forward 19 minutes, 28 seconds. So just fast forward 19 seconds from whenever I'm done talking here, if you want to skip all the horse shit in the car and go straight to the call. After the call, I have nothing else to say. The call ended and I was just like, oh shit, this is cool. That's it. And I'm going to talk more about it a little bit later, probably tomorrow. I just would like to get going on my night because it's now 6:03 p.m. and I need to eat. I need to do a role play. I guess the podcast is done because I'm doing it now, which is cool. I just need to do a role play. And I would like to just commit to getting that the fuck out of the way, because right now I'm riding a high and I just would like to get some shit done. And that's what I'm going to do. So there's that. I will cover more about everything tomorrow. Like I just said, there's some insights and some shit that I've realized since being off the phone. And this was half hour ago, but I just have so much, as if I've already had so much going on. I have, dare I say, double the amount of shit going on, because I now have, matter of fact, fuck it, let's talk about it right now. So this right here, what you're hearing is after everything else that you will hear for the remainder of this show. So it's quite a long episode, but who gives a fuck? We're documenting. So get off the phone call, and this is actually going to be funny because you're going to hear this before you actually hear the phone call. But we get off the Zoom call, and I was connecting dots in my head. I'm like, okay, so this guy is paying me to help him out with his business, and I fully intend to do so. So on the call today, we went over what projects he wanted me to work on, and all the stuff that he provided to me. I was like, oh, dude, I'm all over this shit. I'm all over it. Let's fucking do it. So to name a few, the first one was client adherence log, onboarding process and streamlining, revamping check-in questions, organizing the resource collection, client lifecycle monitoring, coaching style analysis, coaching application type form development. This is just right up my fucking alley, dude. All this stuff, I could stay up all night working on this shit. I love every single part I've ever, like for example, coaching application type form development. Okay, well, no more type form, use a needle form. Design an engaging and user-friendly coaching application, use a type form or similar platform. Include sections to gather critical client information such as personal details, fitness goals, current habits, challenges, and readiness for coaching. Ensure the application sets a professional tone while making clients feel valuable. So right now what I can do is I can actually send him my coaching application form, see what he thinks, and go from there. And then always maintaining communication. Ensure all client messages are responded to within 12 hours during business hours. Use thoughtful, intentional response. One word replies. Yeah. So, but yeah, he sent me all this, and I was like, whoa, yeah, 100 million thousand %. I'm 100. Yeah. Yes. Fuck yes. Now here's the cool part. Is this even recording? What's going on? Okay. Here's the cool part, guys. the things that I create and build and scale out or whatever for this guy, I can then also use that for my own shit. I can then, whatever I create here, I can duplicate that, use it for mine, change the logo, change some shit, make it more my style because their style is different than mine. So everything that I'm creating, I'm also simultaneously creating for myself, but also getting paid to do it and having the mentorship and guidance from somebody who is making $55,000 a month, who's in a millionaire mastermind, who is on track to hit $1 million this year. And I get the one-on-one support from these calls on Fridays, and I get the group calls that we now have with me and his little team. And I say little team because it is little. I think it's like 5 people. And I get that now. So I get all this extra shit, but I'm getting paid to do this extra shit. And I don't know. It's just, even, so imagine the mastermind, I talked about this before. Imagine the mastermind that I'm in now was bullshit. I didn't learn anything. The fact that I'm even making these connections right now, that's everything. Because I wouldn't have this opportunity. I wouldn't be making these extra, this extra income per month. I wouldn't have the one-on-one guidance and mentorship from Mina. Seems like a really cool guy. I'm very excited to work alongside him and learn from him. I just wouldn't have any of these opportunities had I not invested in myself, dude. So I'm just further proving to myself that this was a very terrific decision that I made, but not even for the reasons that I thought. I thought, yeah, I'm going to learn how to make money. I'm going to learn how to blah, blah. But no. Now what I'm realizing is, yeah, I made that decision, and now I'm learning so much about everything, and I'm just growing very rapidly. I mean, I don't know if I just slept fucking great last night. I don't know. But today's been amazing. Today has been nothing short of amazing. And, you know, today's like today. I wish I was just like, okay, what the fuck? Why am I having such a great day? Why is today exceptional? And I don't know. Maybe because I listen to music. I don't fucking know. But yeah, man, I'm just hyped. You know, all that stuff that he wants me to work on. I'm like, dude, I'll have it all done tonight. I mean, I didn't say that, but I mean, I don't want to overwork. Hold on. I don't want to do everything so quick that it's like, oh, I showed him that I can do his 7 projects in 3 days. So he's probably going to give me 10 more projects to do in the next 4 days. I don't want to do that. But however, I don't know, dude. I'm just going to work. And if he starts putting too much on me, then I'll be like, hey, bro, can't do that. Appreciate you, though. I don't know what he expects, but I mean, I look at this stuff and I'm like, yes, I will 100,000%. All right, bro. I will 100% do all of this to the best of my ability because I love this shit. So I'm very hyped about this. I'm very hyped for the opportunity. I'm very hyped for the lessons I'm learning. Oh, dude, I'm fucking pumped up. And I am kind of bummed at the 20 minutes earlier and just not here. So I talked about a realization I made about the prerequisites of doing anything good and how to get the ROI. I talked about my excitement. I talked about the gym and the New Year's people, but it's gone now. So I'll have to talk about that again tomorrow, I guess. So without going on any longer than I need, I'm going to end it here. So what you'll hear now is me this morning. So today's January 6th at 6:09. So you're about to hear me. I think it's 4:40 a.m. this morning. And then you'll hear the phone call at the very end. That's an hour and 6 minutes long. And then what you'll hear is nothing because I wanted to end this so that I could, I guess, talk about this now. So as soon as I ended the call at the end of this podcast, then I started talking now, which is what you're hearing now. So quite a mind fuck. I don't make the rules. Enjoy the show. What's going on, everybody? Good morning. It's January 6th, 2025. It's 4:40 a.m. So I'm on my way to work. And I have the intro or the onboarding or the question, whatever, phone call, Zoom call with my new coach or mentor. I don't know what proper term is to call my mentor Mina. And I've got that after the gym today in 12 hours. I just want to make sure that I'm pretty much done with everything so that when it comes time for this call and for everything that I'm working on, then we can be off to the races. Because we talked about it, and the agreement was about 10 to 12 hours per week. And he did say it was task-based. So I think maybe that's the amount of time that I am expected to get these tasks done. But if I get them done earlier, then that's good. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm just trying to get this done before later, so I don't have to worry about it. But if you haven't heard yesterday's show, holy shit, role play with Santa Claus. That's crazy. That was so. In a weird way, I do feel like that was more beneficial for me to do it with Santa than just a normal ass person or the normal ass voice AI character. And I think that because Santa Claus had some personality, and we were able to go back and forth with things outside of fitness and nutrition and shit like that, because we were talking about Christmas magic, talking about Christmas songs, all this stuff. And I think that's actually, I know that's actually how phone calls go. You just talk back and forth. It's not just line after line after line. But doing these role plays with ChatGPT has been very helpful. The thing that is not helpful is that it's very predictable, and I don't know, maybe that's a good thing. I like doing it so that I can get more and more familiar. I'm at a red light. There's nobody here. Turn green, bro. There we go. I like doing it because it gets me more and more reps with the script. And I want to say that I've done it maybe 40. I think I've role played a total of 40 times now, and 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 of those actually have been with people. And obviously the ones that I've done with real human beings have been the best by far. But I think for the convenience and for the I guess just the convenience and the availability of doing it with Gabriel P. Thomas, I think that's pretty sick. I think the fact that I can whip out a role play right now and start practicing right now is pretty cool. And that's actually one of the main reasons why I got ChatGPT Plus or Premium or whatever the hell it is. Not the Pro version. Apparently that's $200 a month. I don't know enough about it to make a decision like that, but I can't imagine that it's any better than, I don't know. But that's that. So right now in business, what I have been trying to work on, especially yesterday, was getting clear on boundaries and expectations and what's required for my own program. Because I've got a client that is saying repeatedly that they will do something different, and yet I've not seen that. And I can only help somebody who wants to be helped. This guy clearly does want to be helped. But I feel like some of the things that were laid out in emails or in other documents, they very explicitly say what is expected. But maybe the fact that they're all jumbled in with a whole bunch of other stuff, maybe that's why that they're not being adhered to. For example, one of the things is take progress photos, and you take a front, side, back, and the other side. And how you do that, if you don't have somebody taking them for you, is you put your phone up on the counter or the bar or whatever the hell in your kitchen, doesn't matter, and you turn it to selfie mode, you turn it to video, you click record, then you take 5 steps back, take your shirt off, do whatever you want to do as far as photos go, wear the clothes you want to wear, and then you stand there, and then you turn, and you stand there, and then you turn, and you stand there, and you turn, you stand there, and then you're back in the front. Then you go back in the video, and then you edit, you scrub to the point where you are looking forward, and then the part where you're looking sideways, and then you screenshot those, and then you're done. And you can get it done in less than 60 seconds. And this person has not done that. It's only been front facing. Not to mention it took this person however much longer than the other person to get clear on their schedule or get clear on when they were hitting the gym or whatever. And this guy is still on fire. I mean, he's giving me all the right answers. I mean, with the intake form, which is what everybody fills out, it suggests that he's fired up and ready. And his words are definitely that, but it seems like maybe the actions aren't there. So I was like, how can I make this not happen? Do I just need to get just so crystal clear on the expectations and how things are ran and why things are ran that way, so that somebody maybe like myself could come and read these things and understand the whys and hows and the whens and the whats, you know? So that's what I was working on yesterday. And I like working on that stuff because I feel like it's me just handling how shit should run, and I like that. So that's that. As far as everything else, I'm gonna be honest, I'm having a hard time with DMing people and not holding conversations, but wanting to touch DMs to reply to people. And I think that, okay, so I had another self-therapy session with myself, and I laugh because it's just unusual. However, it has been very beneficial for me. It's actually pretty crazy, but it's doing some self-therapy, and what I came to the conclusion of was I don't like to do many things in the context of what I'm doing now that I can't optimize or make more efficient or go faster with or see direct improvements as a result of a higher volume or a whatever. You can't force or speed up or make human interaction, deep, genuine human connection, more efficient, faster, more better, worse, or what. I don't know how that you could do that. Because, for example, if I'm talking to somebody, I can't just be like, hey, skip all that shit. Tell me what you need from me. Like, you just can't do that. You got to, like, hear them out. You got to see what they're dealing with, have some empathy, and see what you can do to actually change this person. See what they need specifically, you know? And, hold on one second. I'm going to talk to a homie really quick. Defend the hill. Hey, good morning.
There you go.
Hey, thank you.
Have a good one.
You too. All right. So, so I was writing about that, kind of talking to myself, and yeah, it seems like that was really hitting the spot for me. Yeah, I don't like when I can't make things better or make them faster or see direct improvement by changing things or making them faster or whatever. And I tried comparing that to just everything else in my life. Like, what else don't I like? I'm like, oh, I don't really like sending DMs. That shit's always tough. I'm like, why don't I like it? It's like, I can get efficient as fuck with how many I send, but there's limits. So it's like, it doesn't matter how fast I go, I can only do 20 every hour. So even if I did it in 1 minute, let's say, I still have to come back and do that multiple times throughout the day. And there's no, you can make that shit efficient, but there's limits. And then there's the actual having the conversation with the real human being part, which is exactly what I just talked about. And yeah, man. And then I think that's why it comes down to me also not liking to create workouts in the app, because it is very tedious and it's definitely meant for some average ass trainer, because all my programs are periodized. And if you don't know what that means, pretty much just means that in the programming itself, I incorporate the progressive overload and the rep changes and the sets and all this stuff. I don't just make a workout and say, hey, you're going to do this for the next 4 weeks, don't change a thing. Because I just don't believe in that. I believe that everything should be periodized. Even if you're a brand new beginner, you should have at least some kind of goal that you're working toward, with a rep range, with the set amount, with a rest time, with a tempo, with whatever. And so when I go to make workouts, it just takes an extreme amount of willpower for me to sit there, not to create the workouts or to think of them, but to input them into the software. Because I can make a whole ass workout program on a PDF right now, and it's fine. But you just can't make that faster. It has to be done the way it is. I mean, you can, they just got to code it differently, goddamn people. But hopefully what I'm saying makes sense. So yeah, just going back and forth with myself, trying to figure out why it is that I don't prefer or like to do certain things. And I mean, it checks out, like certain things at work. If I can't think of making them better, it doesn't even, it's like, fuck, I gotta do this again, you know? There's a process we do at work. It's pretty much we're just cleaning the frame of something. And I hate it because I know that if we were just get a disc sander or something like that, and put up some kind of shield or guard around it so we don't fling shit everywhere, I promise that it would be done in 30 seconds instead of 3 hours. I promise. But you just can't do that where I'm at. You can't just go grab a new set of things and then be like, yeah, we're gonna do it this way. It just, unfortunately, doesn't work that way. And it's why it is so frustrating. I'm pulling up to work now, so I'm gonna try to come to a stopping point here. But yeah, the things that I can at least think about making better or faster or more efficient, I love it. Because I can think about it. I can explore the options, and it forces me to think about things differently, and it forces me to go down avenues where I'm like, well, I didn't even think about this, you know? And I like that. So even though with, for example, cleaning the frame of the thing that we work on, even though I can explore things, it just seems unlikely that there's any other better way, because every single time I come to this process, and I've gotten to it maybe 20 times in the last 14 months, every time I come to it, I'm like, okay, how could I try something? And I've tried so many different things, which itself makes me feel good. I've tried so many different things, and they've all kind of flopped. But what's up, Travis? Yeah, anyway, that's kind of where I'm at. Pulling into work right now, so I'm going to end the show. Might come back later to say some more shit. I don't know. But, yeah, so this is an early one. January 5th, 4:53. Oh, I'm quite close to this motherfucker. 4:53 a.m. And, yeah, that's the show. So I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. Okay. So, still at work, obviously. I guess not. It's not obvious because you don't know. But I'm at work, and I'm going to share some things I'm learning. Okay. So what's on my mind. So I want to get better at sharing what I'm thinking about on the spot rather than being like, okay, I'll talk about it later. So yeah. So what's on my mind? Okay. So something that I've learned so far in everything that I'm doing is that being in this group in the mastermind with a whole bunch of very smart and like-minded individuals, number one, has been awesome. But number two, they encourage you to ask questions and to do a whole bunch of, just post your content in the group so that people can give you feedback, so that you can learn, so you can get better, and just get advice and guidance from people who have been there. And I think that's very valuable. And it's cool that I have the option, but the more that I think to post something in the group to get feedback or to ask a question or something like that, the more I catch myself actually recognizing this as a way to disregard responsibility in the moment, meaning once I post this in the group for feedback, I'm off the hook, because what I'm doing now is I'm waiting for somebody to respond. And if they don't respond, then it's not my fault. So therefore, it gets me off the hook. And I see this and I'm like, I don't need to ask a question because I'm not even doing the thing in the first place. And what I mean is, if I have a question about sending messages or what to say in response to somebody, if I haven't sent messages or have experience with or have any kind of, I don't know, if I have any reps with this shit, then for them to tell me anything is just me not having any context as to why that works. And I think, for example, if I post something, for example, I posted a reel that I thought was fine in the group to get feedback. And when I posted it, I already knew what people were going to say. I knew that they were going to say I needed a better hook. I knew that they were going to say that I wasn't clear on who I was talking to, but I already knew that, and not like I'm a know-it-all. But it's like we're encouraged to ask these questions and gain feedback, but when I do some introspection here and I really think for myself about what I truly believe to be the issue or the case or whatever, I'm like, oh, I know exactly what I need to do. And I think that goes back to the whole thing of, if you ask anybody in the world what they think they need to do to get in shape, everyone's going to give you the correct answer. Eat healthy, move more, exercise, whatever. Everybody knows what to do already. It's just that they don't do it. And then they continue to procrastinate, and I'm part of this, by asking more questions on how to do something, when you could just learn so much more. I'm gonna take the long way. You could just learn so much more from the doing. And it's taken me so long to learn this for myself, because I was a guy that would read all the books, listen to all the podcasts, and I just wasn't doing anything. So now that I'm actively putting in effort and reps and putting myself out there, the more I realize I don't need to. I'm not saying that I know everything and that I need to not seek feedback, because I absolutely do and I always will. But there's just certain things that I don't know, dude. Maybe it's the self-therapy shit that I've been doing, because when I'm talking to myself and kind of answering and giving myself my own advice, that's some stellar advice. And I don't know, it's this isn't my thinking, but it is very true. But when you go to a therapist and you try to have them help you, or you're trying to have them understand how to help you, you have to explain what you're going through and assume that they've been through something similar so that they can help. And if they can't relate on some certain level, I don't know. So you or we ourselves have all the context, all the knowledge, all the everything of ourselves. So I don't know, it just got me thinking about when we do give advice to ourselves, we already know everything there is to know about ourselves. So the advice that we are able to give is perfect advice, because I don't know if I can speak for everybody. I think everybody knows what they need to do, but we're just not willing to do it. And we feel like we need more clarity, and we feel like we need more answers. And I think, honestly, the more I go down this path, the more I realize for myself that just putting in reps and then learning from the reps, rather than reading a book about somebody who's already done the reps. Now, of course, you can learn a lot from that. I'm not saying you can't, but I think that that's almost better than I think learning from doing is just so much. I don't know. I think I'm speaking for myself here. Maybe other people are different, but I think learning from doing, for me, is just absolutely the way that it needs to be done for me. Because like I said, what questions do I need to ask right now that I don't know the answer for? Not that I know the exact and I know every single detail, but the general direction of where I need to go. It's kind of like if I came to a crossroads, I go north or east. Which way do I go? It's like, I don't know exactly what's going to happen if I go north or east, but I know I need to go east. So I need to go in that general direction. And that's kind of the idea. But anyway, I'm back at work, so peace. That's so many, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah. Just to kind of give you a sort of like a background, I actually started with just Google Docs and training, like Google Docs too. Like, shit, I can fucking show you.
Yeah, just PDFs and stuff?
It's not even. PDFs were like game changing for me in the beginning.
Yeah.
So like literally like here's one, because I was just looking at it. This would be his diet plan. And I like made a welcome PDF, whatever, and this would be his diet plan. That's it, right? And then I would also have like training plans too, to kind of just give you a little bit of where my mind was at.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of shit here. A lot of shit, whatever, besides the point. But there was also a training doc as well here. Like, this is how the training looked like. And I wrote everything. And even like gave them some shit here, like do this, whatever.
Yeah.
And then we moved on to this, just to show you this as well. And I made it look like hella nice, with all the different splits, all in Canva. Canva's my shit. Here. Then it was like every client would get their own program like this. And then obviously their workouts would be here.
That's really nice looking.
Yeah. And then I actually want to start like giving these away as freebies on my Instagram. But
this is nice.
Yeah. So actually, believe it or not, here, this is what the training, sorry, I'm getting a call. Answer later. So this is what the training resource collection looks like. That's why I pulled it up. So like here, for example, starting from here, working in top sets, back off sets, like this is what types of sets would be on the training resource collection. Execution and form, you're going to see that. You're going to see intensity. What is intensity? You'll see progressive overload. And this was back before like AI like was a thing. So like I was just writing this.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then this, and then you'll see obviously under the resource collection, you also see like chest, how to do chest workouts, shoulder workouts, back workouts, biceps, shit like that. So this was all made.
This is all Canva?
Yep.
Nice.
And then, because it was just easy to edit and stuff, just having time throwing it. Like if someone wants a 3-day split full body, I got it,
Yeah, makes sense.
And then we transitioned to an app that I developed from scratch, like literally from scratch.
Yeah, you told me about that.
You ever fit or anything, did that. It was awesome. But then it just got to the point where all the features that we wanted, bro, like it would take forever to get it. So many bugs. Then we implemented chat in the app itself instead of me texting people, which I thought was fucking crazy. And we did all that, dude. Like I developed like all of that with my developers. And then I just decided to throw it away. Like, fuck it.
Oh man.
Yeah, so we went into Everfit, and Everfit since then has been awesome. And plus, like, they have so many features and stuff. So,
yeah, Everfit's way cool.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So, like, now there's a lot more things that we can do with the community. For example, if you're looking at the community and stuff, like, didn't have that or anything. So, it's still well on its way.
Yeah.
So that was the background. Let's start with your questions just to kind of get them squared away so I can serve you.
Yeah. So, I honestly. They're more like spur of the moment questions. So like, I've got a couple, but they're not really about anything other than the program. So it's nothing like a personal question. Like, how did you do? Cause they're like right now, I don't know what I'd ask you. They're kind of just like, if I'm doing something, it's like, wait, how did you do that? So
yeah,
but
okay. Well, either way, I'm an open book, bro. And look, at the end of the day, like I understand that you have your own like coaching that you're building up, and that's totally cool with me. Obviously, like use whatever you learn here over there. Just don't fucking put it under ME Fitness,
Oh yeah, of course.
That's basically it. And like at the end of the day too, like I want you to try your best with your coaching, and I hope you fucking succeed. And I'm here for it 100%. And down the line, like I told you, like I can see you as an assistant coach. You come in and you just use the umbrella of ME Fitness, but name your own program, shit like that. You have your own clients. And, like if you bring your own clients, like they're your clients, but it's just nice to like have already an existing community that you'd fall under, like with already 110 people.
Yeah.
So that's like a huge plus. You have all these different resources at your disposal, but that's like way down the line. Let's talk about the program you had.
Okay. So, how do you want me to show you or keep track of the work that I do for what I'm asked of on a daily basis? So
project-based, or you're talking about...
I guess just with anything. So like if I only have 2 hours per day and you ask me to do X, Y, Z, I don't know. I think what I'm unsure about is I have 2 hours per weekday, and this is all task-based. Is that right? Or it's not hourly based? That's what we said, right?
Well, if you want to break it down into hours, you just do your pay divided by the hours, right? So like I think it came out to like 22 or 25 an hour, something like that, depending on the range that you're at.
Yeah, but it's not like you have to work this many hours per week if you don't. Like it's task based. That's what I understood.
Well, I do want you to tell me when you're clocking in and clocking out. That's what all of my shadow coaches do, even my community manager. They just give me a shoot text, yo, clocking in. I'm going to be working for the next 2 hours. This is my shift. Cool. At the end of the shift, yo, I did this. Like for my other shadow coach, I can see what they do. I have like a running update log, which you're going to be added to it, believe it or not, when you get into check-ins, because it's going to be super cool that you can go ahead and say, yo, lower the carbs on this guy or raise the carbs on this guy, and they'll do it for you. Or sometimes you'll jump in and just do it yourself when you have access to Canva. But with you, what's going to happen is I need you to tell me, obviously, when you clock in, yo, Mina, going in, like working today, this is what I'm working on, whatever. Like just straight up, just tell me, yo, the next 2 hours I'll focus on this. And then at the end of the 2 hours, just give me a summary of what you did so I can go back and like, hey, I worked on the log that we were talking about. Okay. And let me see how it looks, and you just share it with me. If you're talking about like Slack or anything like that, we don't use that. Maybe eventually I will, like to kind of like monitor workflow. Okay. But right now, like it's very simple. You just, yo, I'm clocking in, clocking out, I'm good to go. Cool, done. Cool. Just tell me what you're working on. That's all.
Okay. So
does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. That's actually the only question that like I was thinking about. I was like, yeah, how am I supposed to? But I don't know. Right this very moment, I don't really have anything else. So.
Okay. I know you texted me a question, and I told you that I'd answer it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want it to fall behind. At what point did you get your first employee teammate? What did your workload / schedule look like before that? And then obviously the quitting the job thing, which is huge. Yeah. To touch on that really quickly, because again, you asked and I want to give you value, is in terms of the first time I got a person working with me, it would be at the beginning of this year. Coach Andrew, who you'll meet on our team meeting next week. I talked to them and they're all like really excited to meet you. Oh, cool. So Coach Andrew is the first guy. He started with a shadow coach just like me. Okay. And then obviously he grew into what he is today. And like, you'll see him constantly communicating with clients. Like you'll see him in all the group chats, like critiquing performance stuff. I can show you actually right now. And he was my first employee. At the time, I think I had like 90 clients or so. Probably around 90 clients. And I trimmed the fat right away. Mm-hmm. I was like, the people that were actually like not talking to me for 4 weeks, I'd say, peace, I'm out. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. I did it in a nice way, obviously, but this girl's not going to last. I'm not going to renew with her. But besides the point. So like here, for example, so like Andrew will go ahead and like take care of training critiques usually and like training program updates. So here she sends it and then he goes ahead and critiques it. Sometimes there's zero critique, which is nice. Here, for example, he did a training program update that I told her. I'm like, hey, I need to change her to upper and lower instead of the full body, stuff like that. So he'll go ahead and communicate that to the clients. So I'm making a long story of a short story. Basically, just mark his own red. Basically, that's when he started earlier, and he started just like you, shadow coach, and now he basically has his own programs himself of training. Because he's in the physical therapy field. So that's his strength. Then we hit 100 clients, like probably around, I trimmed the fat, dropped like 20 to 30 this year. My workload and schedule, I just didn't fucking sleep. You're big on Hermosi, right? Yeah. Yeah, I saw that you reposted something on your story. You ever hear his podcast about talking about arguably the fight that you're in now is your hardest fight? Yeah, yeah. So like he like says like basically like right now you're fighting a bear and all you have is a stick. Yep. Right? Yeah, I can hear it I can hear it in my head right now. Yeah. Right, and then eventually like it's arguably harder than when you are fighting a dragon, but you have a nuclear bomb and the United Nations behind you. Right. Yeah. Well, I love that quote. So that was my bear. Mm-hmm. Okay, my bear was me keeping up with 90 clients just by myself. Like it's a big bear. Check-in. Yeah, exactly. Check-ins, all these different things. We didn't have the communities and stuff like that. Everything was text message at the time. So I'm just like, I was just constantly on my phone. Just, I didn't set work hours for myself. I'd be like 11:30 at night in bed texting a client about Diet Coke or something. Yeah. So that's where my workload and schedule was. And then actually last year in 2023, I worked finance. So finance was like my full-time job. I'm saying this because I'm going to your third question of your job. I had a really good position, man. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I was making well over 6 figures. I basically just I basically just reported to the director of the whole department. That was like me. Like I had people under me and delegate and like review and shit. I fucking hated it. I hated it with all the fibers in me. I wasn't passionate about it. It paid really well. I was like, fuck this. This is not what I want to do. Okay.
Yeah.
So eventually I balanced it because I was working from home after COVID. And long story short, because I know I'm rambling about some bullshit, but they wanted to push us to go back into the office. I said, fuck you, I'm not coming in. If you don't want me, I'm leaving. And then I left. So that was like probably the most stressful time of my life, because at the time I was making as much from coaching. Like it was basically like 10K and 10K or 11K and 11K a month.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And yeah. So that's what it was. And then I just left it. And then that's when it all blew up, basically. Like I was like, let's go dive right in. Okay. And then now we're making 5 times that a month. So thankfully, like things have been going well. So the thing with you, the piece of advice that I want to give you, the value that I want to give you, Bryson, is don't jump out of your full-time job until you know that you're making something at least like that makes sense. But once you jump, you fucking jump. Like you just go all in. That's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Maybe I'll just fall back to this job just in case. I made up my mind. I told myself once I quit that job, I have a degree in finance. I have a minors in math and everything like that. I told myself I'm never working finance ever again, ever. I don't care, you know? Mm-hmm. So that was the thing. So that no plan B mentality. So that would be my piece of advice for you when the time comes. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And again, my goal is to make it so you can leave your full-time job and work for me. That's my goal. Mm-hmm. But again, at the end of the day, it's up to you. Cool?
Yeah, makes sense. So with that, I actually have, in August for maybe 6 months, I was working 3 jobs like every day. And that wasn't for any other reason than I didn't hate it. Like I not that I enjoyed it, but it allowed me to save so much extra money and pay things off. And, I like that part of it. And one was, right now I work at an Air Force base and I just repair canopies. I think we talked about that. Was that right? Mm-hmm. And the other job was being a FedEx driver. And then the third job was actually washing the FedEx trucks in a different terminal. And so I'm actually still in really good standing with them. My current job doesn't allow me to quit or to just like back off a day if I wanted extra time. So it's like I quit or I just keep working 5 days a week. And so I've always in my head, I'm like, well, I could just go back to FedEx and I could literally slowly pull back a day and like give myself more time. And because in my head, I'm like, if I can make $5,000 a month working 3 hours per night, then what could I do if I have another 10 hours every day, So that's the thought process. But hearing you say like the no plan B, which is something I fully believe in, it's like making me question, is that a plan B or is that just a more tactical way of, I guess, taking the job away? Does that make sense what I'm asking?
It sounds to me like you don't like your first job.
It's fine. It pays well. It's just, yeah.
It's like the grass is always green on the other side mentality.
Yeah. Well, I would rather. Well, here's the thing. So with FedEx, I kind of make my own hours as long as I deliver the boxes in enough time. I'm off. With my current job, I have a good amount of downtime, so I can work on stuff. That's why I was kind of asking earlier, because if it's task based, like for example, I could work like 15 minutes on my break or something like that. But I don't know how it would just get messy. Like, hey, clocking in. Oh, sorry, I got to go clock. You know what I mean? So I just trying to figure that out.
Look, like the hours are like light, and I want to be fair with you. So it's like if you end up having 30 minutes in the morning to work, for example, right? Like for whatever reason, dude, just tell me, yo, I'm working for the next 30 and I'll subtract it from later tonight. Like something like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, cool.
It can be very fluid in that sense. So you're not just like, yo, clocked in, did this, and then clocked out. I'm like, all right, well,
Summarize it at the end.
Yeah. So that's fine,
Okay.
Okay. So let's jump into the projects that I had in mind. We're going to start with projects, and then I'm going to slowly ease you into check-ins because, to be honest with you, bro, like, I don't know if you even looked at the check-in log.
No.
It's just fucking much. show you.
Okay. I'm going to open up a Word doc and take some notes, or
Yeah.
unless you have something.
I just did a Word doc for you when I have a chance. I just asked you for your goals. This is what pisses me off. I'm like, all I asked was, let's set some solid goals. What do you want to accomplish? She didn't even answer. She just said, how did the juicing, because she wanted juicing. This is something actually I want to show you too for a reason, because communication is part of your event. You know, you'll be messaging clients, right? So sometimes like they'll just completely disregard. She like convinces herself she's busy. She's like a nurse that works 2 jobs, and I get it. She's busy.
Yeah.
But then also tells me she's like, oh, I'm so overwhelmed from the messages on the app. I'm like, why? She's like, I wish you would just text me. I go, just open the app and message me. Anyways. So sometimes you have to come back on clients and like be like, you know, like answer the question. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. When I have a chance.
Yeah. It's like when I have a chance.
And she can send a voice memo.
But you see how I answer? I still have to be positive. Sound good?
Yeah.
That's how the businesses work. So anyways, check-ins are here, and I'm showing you this for a reason. But here are the check-ins. And they come in, obviously. This is obviously compiling all the check-ins for a while. But you'll obviously get a bunch on like Fridays, and then you'll have some stragglers over the weekend that just forgot to check in on Friday, stuff like that. So that's something that I want you to show. These are the current check-in questions, which one of the projects I'm about to show you is changing these because I'm so tired of it, and they're all very redundant. I haven't changed my check-in since I started coaching, believe it or not, like the questions. So like current weight, day-to-day energy, how many hours, like diet adherence, why, hunger and appetite, did you eat off plan? If yes, tell me what. Did you follow the training, rate your energy? These are like things I want to change. Did you notice any progress? Don't really need, like, maybe this can stay the same.
Yeah.
Feel closer. These are the questions that I've like really only changed. Is do you feel closer to your goal since last check-in? So you'll notice I'm very big on temperature checking every client, always. And then obviously depending on when they finish or like when they start the program, that's when I start talking about renewals, okay? So one thing that I'm going to ask you with your little client log that I'm asking you to make is like, just leave me a spot for like start date and end date so I can go ahead and put that. So then we can start to be more cognizant of like when they're renewing. So let me give you a business tip on this is usually around the 4 to 6 weeks before their program ends, if they did a 3 month, 6 month, whatever, you want to start getting in their head a little bit about future, right? Like, oh, I can't wait to put some muscle on you after this fat loss phase, like paving the future. Okay. Then you obviously want to schedule a call, talk about it. At the end, I just like ask a question. Oh, by the way, I know that your program ends in 4 weeks. Have you thought about planning ahead, whatever? And then boom, you go for the renewal. Renewals, Bryson, are fucking great. They're the name of the game when it comes to like the financial aspect, because client's happy, you're happy, you renew, right? And you give them a discount. You like are happy with them wanting to renew, and you give them a discount. Done. So then that's how you continue to build that, what's the word? Like the long-term, the life of the client kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so lifetime value, LTV. Yes. So that's what you want to do, right? Like for the client that I just showed you, Mallory, she's going to want to renew. I'm going to probably say no because she's just a pain in the ass. All right. So just giving you that kind of thing as well.
What would you tell them if they want to renew and you don't want to?
I would do one of two things. One, obviously she hits me like, oh, my thing is coming up, whatever. And I was just seeing what my options are. I'd go 2 ways. One, if she wants to renew, I'm going to give her either the same pricing as I gave her before without a discount, or just tell her, hey, prices right now are a little different. And so like kind of actually raise the price a little bit. So the decision can come from her. She wants to continue, that's fine, but you're going to have to pay me a higher premium because you need more attention. You know what I mean? That's how it is. And by the way, this was not how I used to be. Like, I used to charge $100 a month for when I carried 90 clients, I was charging $100 a month.
No way. Okay. I
swear to God. And I raised it to 150 and I was like fucking pissing myself. Like literally pissing myself. Then I raised my prices from like 150 to like 400 or 450 for high ticket, which is most of our clients. And then boom, like everything changed. So, which was awesome. So that was besides the point. So that's another thing that I want to get in the back of your head. It's like renewal scripts. All right. That's big. Now, at least renewal, like timelines kind of thing. So you just let me know, 4 weeks left until this, which is what I'm about to outline for you anyways in the doc. So let me show you the doc that I put together and I'll share it with you. I know that we're running out of time. Do you mind if we just go like 5 minutes over?
Oh, we can go as long as you want. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Cool. Shadow code products. Nice. So cool. One thing, right? So right off the bat, these are the projects that I had in mind. I'm going to go through them very quickly, kind of because they're kind of in order of importance. So we don't have to go through each and every one today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the first one is the client adherence log. I don't have a log for my clients besides like the client, like basically just adding them to like a payment log. Like he pays me this much per month. This is the renewal date. That's it. You know. Okay. So the one that I want you to do is organizing like a log of clients. This can be a Google Sheet, something simple, nothing crazy, and then just a few applicable steps kind of thing. So one would obviously be like their check-ins, like, the dates of their check-ins, if they completed it, they didn't complete it, if they missed the check-in, things like that, as well as like their engagement. And obviously you're a smart guy. You went on the clients and already saw like their last activity and stuff like that. So basically you're just noting sort of like a red light client. So that client that hasn't talked to me in 4 weeks, you just let me know, they missed the last 2 check-ins, they missed the last check-in. Let's follow up. And then depending on what type of client they are, you can just send them a message from my account or I message them myself. You know what I mean? So it's something very simple in that sense. That cool?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's going to be for check-ins and adherence. And all you're going to do, Bryson, is literally just duplicate that on a separate sheet, erase the check-in completions, and just put start date, end date, when to renewal date. That's it. So right here, I'll just note that, duplicate, same sheet, include start date, end date, when to renew. That's it. Cool. So you're just doing one and just duplicating it. Does that make sense?
So you mean duplicate it for each individual person?
No. So like the log of clients that you have, you just duplicate the whole spreadsheet.
Okay. So duplicate it for, why am I duplicating it?
Because you're going to make one for like obviously adherence, so check-ins, things like that, and then one with start date and end date. Unless you're thinking you just want to put it on one spreadsheet.
Yeah, well, so I think maybe I'm just confused. So the let's see, the objective here is to send this to you so that you know who to focus on. Is that what's going on?
Yes.
Okay. And so you need to know,
because I'm building your way up to taking care of check-ins, right? So your workflow eventually is someone checks in, you log them that they did a check-in. Someone misses a check-in, you have your list. You're like, this guy, he's due for a check-in on Fridays. He missed it, X kind of thing, So that way you're like very understanding of who the fuck is active and who the fuck is neglecting their check-ins.
Yeah.
You gotta.
So
the second part of that goes, sorry to cut you off. The second part of that is why you're duplicating it. And that's mostly just so we have a running log of when to reach out for renewal, when not to.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you make that on one, I'm fine with it. That's cool.
Okay.
Just like start date, end date, then check-ins, and you just have the dates and you just check it off or didn't check it off, and then like percentages. You know how to do like those check off things. So like things like that, that's cool. It's up to you.
Okay. So I actually have an idea with this. Can I share it with you real quick or?
Bro, yeah. Duh.
Okay. So you can completely automate this, is exactly what I do, but you can't use Everfit's system or the check-in form. So like I can show you, but if you actually, so I use a thing, it's called Needle Form, and they fill out the form. It's like Typeform. It's free. It's actually pretty cool, but it's just a form. It looks nice. They fill it out. So like the check-in thing, and then it puts it into a spreadsheet, and then you can just filter out everything and see all the percentages, all the consistency, all the streaks, all the dates, everything in one view per client. And it's just, you don't have to do anything actually. You have to set it up, and I can do that. but you would just like, I don't know. How do I share my screen? How do I show you? Can I show you?
Yeah. You piqued my interest. Go ahead.
Okay, 1 second.
So what you're saying is basically like you're going to just create a task that's called check-in, but it's a link.
Yeah, so it's no different for them, for the client. So they would still get a little reminder, and they just tap it, takes them to Neato form, and they just fill it out.
The only thing that I would say, I know exactly what you're talking about now. It's basically just you're linking a Google form, right? Basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
But obviously on their end, they track a lot of the data for us, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. One thing I will say though is, how do we travel the weight data back to EverFit so it goes into their chart?
Oh, so I don't think you can do it the way that I'm saying. I just have a daily thing for the client to put their weight in. So it's like two different things. So it's like they log the weight and then the form is the form. So like you can, so I'm on EverFit right now. You can.
Yeah. The metrics, right?
Yeah. You just add a new, the way this is laid out sometimes, what is going on? So add a new metric. Yeah. So you just go to a client.
I know what you're talking about. And then you can just click weight instead of measurements. I do that for clients on their first day. So they can just, I don't have clients weighing themselves every day. You'll notice the vast majority of clients get really nervous when they see weight every day. Oh my God, I gained 0.2.
Yeah.
You didn't sleep. Like things like that. So I would be totally down with what you're saying. If can you show me how the data looks like on your end?
So my end, I didn't make it look that pretty. So I can make it look pretty, but let me see if I can pull it up. Okay, here I go. How do I share the thing though? I'm not really fluent with Zoom. Before this program, I haven't really
on the bottom, you'll see share with the green arrow pointing up when you move your mouse around. When you're looking at me.
Share.
Yeah. And then share whichever screen it's on. Find it?
No, share.
Yeah, there's a bottom bar that shows participants chat, on the Zoom app itself.
Okay, yeah, participants chat, react. Oh my hell, share. The biggest greenest button there is.
No, you're good. Don't worry.
Okay. Google Meet. So I just share that one? Okay. Oh, wow. Can you see this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is daily, but right here I can see, this is his workouts right here. Mm-hmm. So I can just see, boom, how he's doing. So what I want to do is actually make a separate row up here, and then it would show me the percentage and the streak and all that stuff. And it just goes through. Mm-hmm. This is all daily, and I can also see how long it's taking him to complete it. So that's kind of helpful. It's why did he take almost 5 minutes on this day, but this day he took, just super. I love data and stuff. So how much water they drinking, protein, calories, did they track, were they prepared? And then I have some mental discipline stuff. Then I kind of have everything, which I don't like right now. It's a score of 3 points. So if they did it, they get 3 points. If they didn't, then they don't get, which it's not balanced, which I don't like. So I can just quickly see, okay, on this day right here, he scored 55%. Now he doesn't see this. This is all my view. So I can be what the hell happened on this day that he scored so low? Then I can also look at this and I'm like, dude, we killed it today. I don't know what was going on, but you crushed it. We need more of those days, And
but this is a daily check-in, right?
This is daily. So weekly would be much different, but you'd still be able to see the streaks and you can see everything at a glance, just boom, how they doing.
Okay.
So if you don't like it, there's no ego involved here. I don't care. I'm here to help. So
no. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I would just have to see how it would look like on a weekly basis for clients. And plus, the only thing, Bryson, that's going to suck is the fact that two things, right, that I can kind of envision that would be our bottleneck would be one.
How do I end this now? Okay.
We're going to have to go to two different places, right, for data. And it leads me to my second point, which is the tabs that you're going to have for each client. like we're going to talk about 100 tabs you're going to have to continue to scour through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's like the other thing, you know, and then plus like per client, it makes things a little easier that everything's in one spot. Like, you know, when you go on like a client profile, like I'm about to show you right here, right? And the one thing I hate is the fact that they blocked the top half of the screen basically, and I can't see shit. Like here, I'll go to this guy, right? I can go straight to everything here, right? Mm-hmm. All his data. And then I can see like whenever I want to see a check-in form from before, I'll go here. It's all in one spot.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Already with a list of clients. I feel like there's going to be a lot of manual work if you have to build out a tab for each client and then obviously import and stuff. And then like, let's say you're looking for one of my clients or one of our clients, you like have to go through your tabs and be like, where is he? You know?
Yeah, I get that part. Yeah.
So I think there's just I just feel like there's going to be an easier way to do it through,
so you're trying to keep it all on Everfit? Is that kind of the focus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And plus, like, the weight thing here actually makes such a big difference. Like, when I'm reviewing it, I can see this is a guy that I put in my stories fucking smashing it.
Was this the guy that was through Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's?
Yeah.
That's
he's killing it. He doesn't even do his steps or anything. I don't even know how he's losing weight, but whatever. Besides no, he's really smashing. He sent me a very heartfelt message today. He was wearing a suit. He's like, I haven't fit in this suit in years. But okay, cool. So that is the first project. Let's keep it on Everfit and just explore that other form. But that's going to actually leave me my third project here with the check-in questions that I showed you. But besides the point, do you have any questions at all with that first project?
I'm sure I will when I start, I guess, getting into it. But
yeah.
Dude, I hate to be that guy, but I just really want to understand. So will you kind of just skim through it for me one more time? I just want to make sure that I understand.
Yeah. Dude, you're good. Ask me to say it 10 times. I don't mind.
Okay.
So look, we're basically just finding red light clients or green light clients or yellow light clients, right? So my definition of a green light client is someone who is on it, doesn't miss a check-in, doesn't miss a workout, is hitting all their habits, all their tasks, everything like that. They're just 100%. All right. Like they're just fucking smashing it. Never miss anything. Okay. Yellow light is someone who smashes it, sometimes misses a cardio session, sometimes misses this, sometimes misses that, whatever. Right. Red light client is that person that hasn't talked in 4 weeks. Okay. So those would be the three categories. We just need a system to define those clients. That's it.
So red light, green light, yellow light. Find those clients, put them in there with the start date, end date, and and then I'm reading your thing.
Yep, you're gonna find a lot of clients don't even have an end date. Like some clients are just on a monthly basis. Some clients, did a 6-month program or something like that. That's fine.
Do you have it in there that I can see their end date?
Some do. Actually, most of them don't. It would
Where
be
do I
on
see
my
that?
log. That's going to be on my log, like my master. This is how my master client list looks like. It's a piece of shit. But basically, like, this is how much they pay. And then obviously, like, if they're on a program, when it ends and stuff like that, too. I actually have to delete this guy. See how bad it is. But, like, this is what it is. And I can code it myself because I'm just a nut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that would be what I need, basically, but more of adherence and things like that than anything else. How about this? Let's focus on just the red light, green light, yellow light, right? Focus on that. Focus on obviously having a system where you can check off that they checked in. You know what I mean? So that way we understand that and we check off their, like, obviously, like, their engagement per week or something, like on a weekly basis. And then don't worry about the start date, end date until I can kind of go in there and see how we would do that. Deal?
Okay. Sounds good.
Cool. The only other project that I wanted to talk about, other two actually, would just be these two very quickly. One would be the onboarding process. So basically the onboarding process right now is shit. Okay, is shit. I don't even know why people, like, I asked a lot of my clients that just signed, hey, how is the onboarding process? Like, I've asked really pointed questions. They're like, everything's perfect, But in essence, we want to do that. And why I put this as second was because your onboarding process that you told me for your clients, I thought was really fucking awesome.
Oh, thanks.
Okay. So all I want you to do for number 2 is just put it into like a timeline of what an ideal onboarding process to you would be. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
And this, just read through this. It's just about obviously like having a checklist for the clients to complete. I think you did that, like all these different things. So then, of course, then from there, I can go ahead and be more detailed, and I'll go in and tell you exactly what I want. That's it.
Okay.
So that's all I need for that.
Okay.
Cool?
Yeah. I can actually show you how I have it set up a little bit if you want to see it.
Show me. Do it.
Okay. So
Let me stop.
Publish. So there's so many different things I'm learning, dude. So hold on one second.
You're good.
Okay, cool. Here we go. Okay, can you see this?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
what is this?
It's called Nito Knowledge Base. So, dude, Nito is a fucking hack. I'm surprised nobody knows about it.
By the way, I almost feel like you're their ambassador.
No, I'm not. I swear. I have to clarify every time.
Nito's the shit.
Well, I wouldn't get anything from it. They don't charge. All their stuff is free. So,
nice.
Yeah. Anyway, when everybody's like, "Oh, do I use Typeform or Google Forms?" I'm like, "Use Nito Form." You know, I'm like, I'm not affiliated. Anyway, so they would join and they would see this, and it's just a video explaining this. That's just it. So like, just watch this first. And then once they're done with that, so by the way, Nito has a course thing they're working on, so you can make it an actual course thing where they can click done, see a visual progress bar, and I just think that's really cool.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay.
So getting started. So step 1, download Everfit. That's it. Do step 1. And then step 2, download MyFitnessPal. And then, so in an email, it's like, I just need you to get module 1 done today, get module done by tomorrow. And they're so simple. Like just get your weight done, measure yourself, take a photo, and like you're done for the day. So
can you go to upload your weight? They're uploading that on Everfit?
So it's just step by step. And I want to go through and add photos and stuff, but that's just not important right now. Mm-hmm. Submit measurements, progress photos, just like how to do it, the importance, why to do it the same way. Because like this, I just think this is a bad example because it's like, he has bad lighting and now he has good lighting and it's just different So I put a lot of weight onto just the consistent factor.
I don't have that, by the way. I don't have a way to submit progress photos. I'll tell you my onboarding process after this.
Okay.
This is so much better.
Cool. Okay. And then for the links, it's just the links that they need to have, which this is kind of pointless because there's all the reminders that they have. So the vault goes to everything they have access to, which, this is what your resource tab is. I just don't have that feature. So just like the onboarding general information, I got just some basic stuff. And then the nutrition, the cheat sheets, the MyFitnessPal guide. So it's like a step-by-step how to use the whole goddamn app, all these different videos. And then sample meal plans. So I'm helping skinny guys. So there's just all these different meal plans. These are just samples because I'm a macros guy.
Go to macro cheat sheet for a second.
Oh, dude, these are sick. You ready? So these are like, if you don't, for example, let's say you're tracking your food, you need more carbs and fat. Then this is kind of funny because nobody needs carbs and fat, but not protein. So it says right here, like these are the ways that you could get the carbs and fat. Now, most pastries, that's here. I'll go to this one. We'll go to, if you want proteins and fats, then you look at these, and it's just a,
wow.
How the fuck do you zoom in? So you have all these different things like bacon, the amounts, all this stuff go all the way down, just different to give someone an idea, right? Because maybe you can attest to this, dude, but you've been in fitness for quite some time. So you just know what has fat, you just know. And people don't know that, obviously. So in my head, I'm like, oh, if I need fat, like peanut butter, I'll have some eggs, avocado, whatever. But people don't know that, obviously. So that's why I made this. I'm like, oh, just look at the list. Like if you just need fats, like what could you have that's pretty much just fat? So you can see that there's not a lot of protein in these, not a lot of carbs in these. Can you see that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I see it. You didn't have to zoom in. I see it.
Yeah. So then all the things that are just really high in fat that they might need. And I even went as far to do fiber as well. So how to get fiber. So even on this far right column here.
Dude, this is fire.
Thanks, dude. I actually made this 4 years ago. I almost deleted everything because I didn't want to do this. I'm glad I hung on to these because these are cool.
There's a lot of value in this, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, seriously, because like I'll tell you from my perspective, I believe in the macro approach. It's just to training someone who's never done this before, like who doesn't even know what a carbon of fat is.
Yeah.
It's hard, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why, like a lot of my clients, I won't lie, a lot of my clients love having a meal plan because they're not willing to understand. Sometimes they don't want to. So they're just like, you know what? Mina told me 100 grams of chicken. I'm just going to have 100 grams of chicken. I don't even know what the fuck that is, you know?
Yeah.
You can see the diet, right? Like I showed you how the diets look like. They're pretty like awesome.
Yeah.
And you have so many choices with the meal options and stuff. But this is definitely something we can talk about for sure. Like kind of transitioning people to MyFitnessPal. I have a couple just to test, and they've loved it. Everyone loves the MyFitnessPal approach.
Well, it's very easy to use. Oh my goodness, dude. Speaking of which, you know how you have to pay to use a barcode scanner?
Yeah.
So if you change your location to, I think it's like Sweden or something like that, you get the barcode scanner for free. So,
what?
So there's something for your clients. Yeah.
Oh shit.
And I'm honestly not trying to tell people about that because I use it myself. I don't want to have to pay for it. So
yeah.
But
yeah, a lot of my clients in the past, like I have to pay for MyFitnessPal. Like, yeah. I might if I start to get enough people on the macro approach, I'll just give it away. I'll be like, yo, I'll pay for your whole year of MyFitnessPal.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I mean? Like we can definitely do something like that. Okay, cool. So I like this a lot. So onboarding step, I feel like for us would basically be what you have. But I think the value with the community, right?
Yeah. So how do I go back
is
here?
so valuable. Okay. So the way I would do it, Bryson, is exactly how you have it with the order. And we can just talk about it. Literally just put it into like a writing and then we can talk about it and just game plan it before we implement anything.
Okay.
Do
you want me to stop sharing? Did you want me to go through this?
Yeah, I pretty much got it.
Cool.
I like the hours of operation, everything that you have too. That's pretty good.
I was working on that last night.
Good. So the one thing I will say is the value, though, is getting the person on EverFit right away. And basically what you have instead of using Nido would just be the automation, the drip. It's the same thing because they're going to get a message from me on the app itself. I don't know if have you ever used automation on EverFit?
Yeah, I've used a few, but it's like for me to have a client just onboard immediately, I don't want them to see the program that's already just on there, and then if I have to change it, I don't want to, you know.
So that's the workaround that I had in mind. What I'm going to do, because for me, I'm at the level now where I want to actually have different like low ticket, high ticket, mid ticket. I'm actually paying someone to do this for me. Is put together a whole bunch of general meal guides, like meal plans, general training plans. And what's awesome is EverFit has like this Netflix on demand training.
I've seen that, yeah.
So, yep. So I don't know if it's included or not, but I bought it, whatever. So what I'm going to do is basically be like, all right, look, we're in the middle of writing your training, writing your diet according to you, because we're all big on customization. Until that happens, I'm giving you access to all the general training plans. Pick your 3-day, your 4-day, just to try things out, whatever. It's all there for you because they can access the vault, whatever, and go from there. And then they're also able to see like the sample meal plans and stuff. Like, I want you to go on, and because the whole point behind this is like when you start to get volumes of clients, sometimes there's like buyer's remorse, and you never want buyer's remorse, right? So that's how I always start to do it. And right now, like I've been blessed never to have that. People are so excited. But at the end of the day, we also want to make sure that we have that onboarding flow. So basically, it's what you have in a nutshell, but we're just going to make it into an auto flow with the same thing. Watch this video. Here's the video clip. It's just a Google Doc, Google video kind of thing.
Yeah, on EverFit?
Yeah, that's it.
Can you
right now, before we even go ahead,
can you auto flow certain videos to be sent at the same time?
Yeah.
No
so
way.
You can send it on over here.
Oh, I don't have access to it. Yep.
Oh yeah. So you can auto flow a message.
I was thinking the onboarding flow. I see.
Yeah. So you can automate like a message kind of thing, and then it's automatically sent like 2 days, 3 days, whatever. You just set it up into like a whole flow. And then every day they get a video and, you know, like explaining, like I'm going to have to make a video of like how to use a food scale kind of thing too.
Yeah.
So that's the case too. Cool.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So you're just looking for a timeline of all that.
Yeah. That's it. Just for now. We're going to go like, you know, just baby steps here because I'm not throwing everything at you at once. You know?
Well, this shit's exciting for me, dude. So I'll probably jump in as soon as I can.
Hell yeah. Good. Okay. And I know we're over time. So let me just go through one more thing. And that would be the check-in questions. Mm-hmm. So the check-in questions, just like I showed you, Basically, what I want to do is revamp a little bit with the check-ins, because obviously I get clients that check in every week, every 2 weeks, every month, sometimes twice a week, depending if they're in prep or something. So the one thing that I want us to do is focus on questions that are these, right? Obviously, you have weight. I don't really do measurements. I'm going to take this out. Performance, mindset, and motivation, feedback on the training and the diet plan, struggles and challenges. The big thing I wanted to write here, though, is wins/testimonials. Okay? You see all the wins that I share on my Instagram and stuff like that. It's going to be huge for us to do something like this. Okay?
Is that just kind of marketing material for you guys?
Basically, but no. It's also the fact that if a client puts in writing, like, hey, what do you feel good about this last week? Like, they'll reflect and actually find something and be like, oh, you know what? Like, it's all about temperature control.
Yeah. Temperature
because at the end of
checks.
the day, yep, exactly. And that's the whole thing. So these are my notes from the 10K Mastermind course that I went through.
Are you in the 10K or the whatever? I don't even know the steps.
No, I'm in the $1 million. So the last one.
Shit, good for you, dude. $1 million?
Thanks, no, not yet. I committed this.
I mean, you're fucking there already, dude. That's nuts.
I'm telling you, this year we're making $1 million. I'm telling you.
I'm not trying to inflate your ego, dude, but the fact I'm even talking to somebody who's even remotely close to that, like, I'm flattered you'd want to spend your time with me, dude.
Come on, bro.
This is cool shit, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you, man. Like, I'll tell you this, right? Honestly. Hold on, this is actually pretty good.
Shitty check-in.
Yeah, basically. Here. So these are the check-in process notes, just to give you some more of what I'm talking about here. By the way, Bryson, I'll tell you, like, I remember when I was like in your shoes. It wasn't that long ago. Like, you have what it takes. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it.
I'll tell you, like, I was making. I'll just tell you, right? Because PT Down is all about sharing our numbers for some reason.
Yeah.
Basically.
Well, I was raised to not talk about that, but I don't know. I think it's cool.
I was too. It was like it was the weirdest shit ever when I got in and everyone's showing their income. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And long story short, back in June of this year, I was making 10 to 12K a month. Now I'm making 50K a month. So we've hit 50K, 50K a month the last 3 months.
And that's consistent too?
Yeah. So, and we're on pace for another 50K probably this month, maybe 40, depending on like if I push sales or not. I don't know if I can handle more. Can
I ask you some personal questions when you're done here about that?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Nothing weird. I'm just curious, like, how your life's changed.
No, you're good. Just okay. But that's the check-in process kind of thing. All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
And that's any questions with the check-in process or no?
I don't think so.
Questions. I'll share you actually one more thing. I didn't share this with you, did I? Do you have a Gmail?
I do, yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, do Allegiant Fit.
How do you spell Allegiant?
ALLE Giant. Yeah, fit@gmail. Yep.
So.
Yep, that's me.
Cool, editor. And I'm actually going to share one more doc really quickly. Bro, my wife's going to kill me. We're supposed to go to church. Shit.
Wow. So I grew up LDS and I haven't been to church in like 10 years. So I've never heard of a church that's at night. That's crazy.
I'm Orthodox, so it's actually our Christmas tomorrow. So it's like Christmas Eve.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't even know anything about that. So I don't want to be like, oh, cool, man.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
Anyway, so these are like a whole bunch of questions you can choose from, for sure. So basically what you're going to see here is old, so what we have right now. And then new, we wrote a whole bunch of questions like you can choose from. Obviously, please don't pick all 27 because like it's just going to make a check-in process long. But definitely, and then play around with the order too. Maybe starting with a win would be awesome, just to kind of frame right away positivity kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's something in the notes, like you're all about like, a win, stuff like that. And then obviously like anything else that comes up with a positive affirmation, maybe, who knows?
Okay, cool.
All right. So those are the 3 projects that we want to work on, and we can start working on that this week since this is your first week. And then obviously we can continue with the system of just tell me when you're working tell me what you're doing, and then not really what you're doing, but what you did after when you leave.
Let me just send you. So what time do you go to bed, or do you just never go to sleep?
Dude, just send me whenever. If I'm awake, I'll answer. If I'm not awake, I'll answer when I'm awake again.
Okay, that'll probably be around 10 your time, if I had to guess, around there. So
I should be on my phone by then. I'm on my phone until like midnight.
Okay, cool. Sounds good, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. This is cool.
Of course, bro. All right, hit me with those personal questions.
So I've never even seen 10 grand in my account. So for you to go from that to 50 grand, like how has your life changed, or has it like what? Because I can't even fathom that amount of like what you make in a month now is my year's salary, you know. So I don't know. Just curious, like how your life has changed.
Well, first off, like I want to preface everything I say with this, and preface with the fact that I shared those numbers with you with this because. Not for nothing. Brian Mark shares me and shares all his clients on his story. So you can he shared me a bunch of times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like honestly, I'm sharing this because I want to. And two, because like I want to show you how much room we have for growth, even within ME Fitness. Like I hate to sound like that guy that I'm selling you my company. But at the end of the day, it's like if we're pulling in 50K a month, right? And obviously you yourself have a big part of that. Like you should, like Coach Andrew, that's been with me over a year, like his salary now compared to where it started. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's the potential for growth that I have for you because you're really working for such a flourishing company. You know what I mean? A company that like clients fucking love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So personally speaking with money, honestly, man, not much has changed. I will tell you.
Because you probably love what you're doing more than the reward of the...
Yeah, that's kind of... I never was the guy that chased dollar signs with clients and shit. Like, yeah, I fucking love making 50 grand a month. I won't lie to you.
Yeah.
Right? Like, but I loved it when I made 12. I loved it when I made 20. I loved it when I made 27. I'm telling you the numbers because that's how the growth was. And then I loved it when I hit 45 and then 50, you know?
Crazy.
Like... I loved it, right? And there's so much potential. I think with me, Bryson, it's just the fact I can see this company pulling in easily 100K a month, easily, like fucking easily. I'm telling you,
that's wild, dude.
So, like it's awesome to be a part of that. So in terms of my personal life, like I've always been kind of bougie. I always go out with my wife.
Yeah, okay.
Especially when I was working finance, like if you coupled my income together, I was making like 25, almost 30 a month. So then of course with that, it's like, you know, like I was making it that much. And then a year later, now I'm making double that with just one.
Yeah.
So in terms of me, it's just like the only thing I will say is like, I'm a big watch and car guy. So like I bought myself 2 Rolexes right there. I always keep them in front of me because cool. I just remind myself. And then I'm in the middle, actually, I'm going to tell you a secret. If I can find her. I'm in the middle of buying another car that I really want. And I've wanted for such a long time because I'll tell you, Bryson, not to ramble, but I came from nothing. Like growing up, like working, like I worked like 18 hours a day, like easily. Like when you said working 3 jobs, that was me, basically. I had to pay through college. I delivered pizzas. I worked at a bank. I waited on tables and everything.
Do what you got to do.
Right? Yeah. So basically, the one thing I'm looking for is a G-Wagon. That's what I want.
Badass. That's cool that you have that. I got me a good old Lambo right here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But this makes it real, man. Like this makes it real. On the days that you don't want to be doing something and you just fucking do it. You know what I mean? Like that's what it is. I will tell you the last thing is with the money, it's awesome. But you also have to keep yourself in check because it can be very easy to just have like a very inflated ego walking around like, oh, I'm making 50K a month from code, you know? Like my friends are all doctors and lawyers and engineers and I have to like bite my tongue sometimes because I'm making more money than them, you know?
Yeah.
But it is what it is. So I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, no, I for sure did. I mean, it would be cool to have all the money in the world, but you know, I'm just so focused on the growth aspect of it all that like, for example, and I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but like you sent the $250 for the sign up bonus. And like, I looked at that and I'm like, Yeah, but I haven't grown yet. I haven't like gotten better yet, you know? So like, I'm very thankful. I don't want you to think I'm not, but I'm just so focused on that part of it all. So
I will tell you, a lot of the coaches, not to talk shit, a lot of the coaches that are hiring shadow coaches don't do signing bonuses, don't pay like as much, like especially with the fact that you have your base and then I'm going to pay you per check-in. Can I tell you the truth? The mentor that I have right now in the mastermind told me not to do that, but I did it anyways. With the signing bonus as well as the fact that you're going to get paid per check-in eventually. Just to give you like full disclosure. But I am going to, because I just feel like if you focus on the growth, the income comes, the finances come. You know what I mean? That's what I've been focused on with Emmy Fitness. Like I haven't really focused on just hitting income goals. It's more just like growing the company and the money comes, you know? So that's kind of my word of advice there too.
So you have a one-on-one mentor in the group that you're in now?
Mastermind, yeah, basically.
Okay.
You're supposed to only have like 4 calls in the first 60 days, 6 calls, but I guess she likes me and she doesn't really count my calls.
So. Oh, was it Janelle then? Because I remember you saying something about her. Okay.
Yeah, it's Janelle.
That's right. Yeah, she said your onboarding sucks or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking blows. I'll tell you my onboarding later, but after we kind of go through the whole flow.
Cool. Yeah, cool. Oh, hell yeah, dude.
You have any other questions? Anything else I can help with?
Not right now.
30-minute call turned into an hour. I apologize for that.
Oh, no, that's fine. No, that's okay. So I did tell you that I have from 4 to 6 to work on stuff. And since it's almost 6 now, is it cool if I start tomorrow, or how does that work?
You're good.
I can do some stuff now.
Maybe in the next 30 minutes, could you just you want to just jot down ideas on our doc, just mark them in red, something like that, just to kind of show where you're going, so that way I can check it by tomorrow just to see maybe, hey, go in a different direction, just for the next 20 minutes or whatever. Other than that, you're good.
Cool. Sounds good. And the 4 to 6 thing, it's not like just 4 to 6. It's just kind of like give myself 2 hours. So I have, obviously other things to take care of. So
no, you're good, man. I really build this on trust with my employees. Like, I want you to just tell me when you're clocking in, clocking out, of course. But at the end of the day, I just, during those hours, I just really want you to be as productive as possible for the work, Yeah. Put your headphones in, do the Hermosi shit, turn off all the lights, and, you know what I mean? Like, put the headphones, take some nicotine or something. I don't know. Dude, but whatever works.
I got to show you this. Hold on. Speaking of Hermosi, Speaking of Hermosi, I stole these from work today to block out the.
Oh shit!
Yeah, these are like some work grade shit. So.
Oh shit! Nice.
Well, you know how it goes.
I've been using the freaking same old Beats.
Okay.
I have the covers on them because I'm too cheap to buy new Beats.
Yeah. Do you play nothing? You just make it silent?
No, so I have a weird thing. When I want to be productive, I have to play EDM or like house music. I'm weird.
With no lyrics?
No lyrics. Okay. Yeah. If I listen to lyrics, like if I listen to a podcast while I'm working, I just can't work. I can't focus for some reason. And I'm pretty good at multitasking. Like I can talk and think of something else, but in terms of that, I can't.
I've never worked silent. I've always had something going. I recently paused music kind of from my life just to see how it would do. Because I listen to so much. It's crazy. Like my Spotify. Yeah, Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my Wrapped is always like 150K plus. Like I just listen to music always. So I'm wondering if maybe I should not fill my brain with so much noise. You know what I mean? Maybe that would be better.
No, I find myself more productive that way. Like I have to be listening to something. I don't know why. I just don't like silence. Mm-hmm. So there will be like times when I'm cooking in the kitchen and I'll put on a podcast just to play or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There has to be something playing. All right.
Interesting. Cool, man.
All right, man.
Thanks again.
Anything else you need? Of course, bro. Anything else you need, dude, let me know. If I can support you any better, let me know. Starting from next week, we are going to be doing the team meetings at 7. So literally 30 minutes ago, we would start.
And that's every Monday?
Yeah. So we're going to do every Monday at 7. And I chose it purposely around your work hours just to kind of make things easier. I
appreciate that. Yeah.
And it worked out for everyone else. So that was awesome.
Okay.
And then one more thing I was going to do is I want to actually pick a time during the week that we can meet weekly, just to kind of gauge how the projects are going, tasks are going. So just do me a favor. Do you want to keep that during your work hours that you provided for me?
If we can, yeah. I mean, if there's any way to do it on a Friday, then every other one would just, so it would be perfect on Friday, but then every other Friday would be exceptionally great for me. So that makes sense because I have every other Friday off.
So then, wait, would you be able to do every Friday, or it would have to be every other Friday?
No, I could do every Friday, but I think just cramming everything in, like, for example, if we did another call today, which I don't think we would, I would rather just space it out.
Yeah, because it's going to take time from you and your working hours. All right. How about like 3 p.m. Fridays? So my time, 3 p.m.
Your time, 3 p.m.? I'm still at work on those days.
Okay. So then you're
time.
talking about Fridays during your work hours, 6:30 to 8:30. My time.
Yeah. 6:30 to 8:30.
Okay.
Sorry. No, I'm so sorry. So, well, I guess, yeah. So anytime after 6 p.m. for you on Fridays.
On Friday.
Because Fridays I don't have a strict bedtime. I try to go to bed on time, but like I just have so much more time, and that would just be better. But if that doesn't work, I'm totally open to it.
So that way you can shift the work hours by however long we.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. Okay, cool. We can do probably like at 6 p.m. on Friday.
6 p.m. on
Would
Friday.
that work as a recurring?
Yeah, 6 p.m. on Friday. Yeah, absolutely.
6 p.m. my time, and your time would be 2 hours before, so it's 4 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm going to set that up right after this. I'll send you the email to set it up for the recurring on Zoom, and then we'll go from there. It's literally, probably we won't even take the 30 minutes. I just want to touch base on everything. That's what I'm trying to do as a leader now. It's more just to serve you guys. So I want to be able to meet with you separately as well as together, just to kind of make sure, like, you know, if you have any questions or anything else that's concerning you, or I can fucking explain things better, because I'm so confusing as fuck sometimes. Okay. Of course, just like, cool.
So that's a half hour on this coming Friday, and that's going to be all of us?
No. Okay, so all of us will be every Monday. At 7 my time.
And this Friday's us.
5 your time. And then Fridays will be just a one-on-one.
Got it. Okay, I'm just putting that in my calendar.
And use that, by the way, use the Friday times, like, if you have questions with your own business, like, look, you're in the CLA, right?
Yeah.
So, like, look, CLA is awesome, but sometimes Brian purposely doesn't want to give you all the keys to the kingdom at once. You know what I'm saying? So, and of course, like, at the end of the day, like, it might overwhelm some people. Sometimes I think you'd be able to handle it, but some people won't. So I will tell you, like, if you have any questions with your own coaching thing, man, just save them for Friday and just talk to me face to face, and I'm more than happy to answer, you know?
Yeah, so, I probably will, because I can't attend any of the calls because that's just when I work. So I almost didn't sign up for the program because I was like, I can't even attend any of them, you know?
But there's the replay. Dude, I'm telling you, like, the reason I'm at, and not to blow smoke up Brian's ass, honestly, man, the reason why I'm at 50K a month right now is because of PT Dom. Like, I won't bullshit you by any means. I would not, I say this hand to God, I would not be at 50K a month if I didn't have PT Dom. Mm-hmm. No bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's like if you really want to grow in this space, there's no other way to do it. I'm telling you, there's no other way to do it. I was with another mentor before PT Dom. This is 10 times better.
Okay? Who are you with? Because I've been with 2 other people as well.
I was with Insta Coach Mike.
Oh, I don't know.
So who were you with?
I was with NLCA with Chad Monalou.
No idea.
And then Vince Del Monte. You know him? Oh, no? Yeah, Vince Del Monte's 7-figure mastermind. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was the common denominator. What'd you say? Did
you like them better?
I really liked Vince's stuff, but I mean, again, I just didn't have what it took, you know? So I joined Brian's program first and then bailed out of that, joined Vince's, bailed out of that. And then 2 years ago, joined Chad's, bailed out of that. And I'm like, okay, three strikes, I'm out. It's me. It's a me problem. So that's when I did a whole bunch of introspection and got my shit together.
I like that, man. I like that, being able to look within and just realize the problem. Right now, I'm telling you, the reason why the business can't grow any longer is because I'm my own bottleneck. That's why I have you on board. That's why I have everyone else on board.
Yeah, you're only one person.
Through you guys, we're going to be able to get to the 100K a month. And if you're on for the ride, you're on for the ride. And you're benefiting as much as I'm benefiting. Cool?
Yeah. Awesome, dude.
Awesome, bro. All right, bro. Well, thank you for your time.
Likewise.
Keep me posted. Just let me know if you're going to end up taking notes a little bit in the doc, just some thoughts, whatever. Mark them in red or a different font. I'll go in there. Just shoot me a text when it's done. I'll go in there while I'm at church. My wife doesn't see me.
Okay. Yeah.
And then tomorrow we'll kick off your first official day. Cool?
Cool. Sounds good. Looking forward to it, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it a lot.
I got you, bro. We'll talk soon, all right?
Okay. See you later.
Peace. See you.
dude, so much to learn, so much value. This is crazy. Also, I think I recorded earlier over the morning part of today's show, and I'm really upset about that. So that's why this started in the middle of a conversation, not the beginning, like I said I would. I don't even know if you'll hear that I said I would because it ended, but yeah. I have nothing else that I want to say right now, so bye.